Tribe, what's up? I haven't done a tribe video for a while, and I have some great stuff to share with you today. Listen to this quote really fast, and it's not really a quote. I kind of came up with it, but it's really, really powerful. But listen, persistence isn't for convincing the universe. Persistence is for convincing you. I love that. I should read it one more time to you. Listen, I really wanted to sink in because when we talk about being persistent, I think most of the time, our mind's going in the gutter. It goes in one ear and out the other. We're all like, yeah, Chad, I've heard, be persistent, be consistent. Yeah. But even though, listen, even though we know we should be persistent or not, isn't that kind of the oxymoron a little bit? Even though we know we need to be persistent and consistent, hang in there, we don't. And I'm not even talking about success and manifesting. I'm just talking about general in life. How many of us have started a diet within 3 weeks, you're not getting results and you quit? And that's kind of the loop you live on. That's karma that you live on. You start a new diet, you do it a couple weeks, quit. A few months later, you start a new diet. A few weeks later, you quit. And it just goes on that cycle for year after year, year after year. Then you fast forward 20 years and you're still doing the same habits. You're still doing the same bad habits. You're still not persisting. But yet, when you get into success and manifesting, you think it's going to change. Okay? You think if I'm a master manifester, I don't have to persist and consist anymore. I can just do this 24-hour manifesting technique and everything comes to me. Then still you fall into that loop because still nothing's working for you. I mean, isn't that the weird scenario we're in? Things still things don't work. Okay, so let me repeat this one more time. Listen, open your ears a little bit. Persistence isn't for convincing the universe. It's not for convincing God. Listen, persistence is for convincing yourself. Okay? Let's think about this scenario. What if, the whole reason you're not getting what you want, you're not living your dream life, or the whole reason why manifesting doesn't seem to be working, or success doesn't seem to be working, is you haven't learned what you needed to learn. Okay? Listen guys, you haven't really became that most successful version of you yet. Because what would that most successful version of you do when we're kind of talking about persistence here? Okay? You think they've learned, listen, the most successful version of you have learned to persist and hang in there. Okay? And this is something and I don't want to just talk in circles here, but this is something I've been thinking about. And it kind of really made me realize, listen, you persist to a point where, what I write out? Persistence is for convincing you. So what do I mean by that? Listen, guys, you stay in the game, long enough, okay? You keep hearing about abundance, but abundance is mine, source is inside me, I can have anything I want. And in the beginning, you don't believe it. In the beginning, you self-argue with yourself. Maybe deep down, you're you question it. You're still looking for the how. But listen, persistence is for convincing you. Persistence is for convincing you that you deserve your dream life. You deserve to have anything you want. That's the reality you have to get to. You persist to a point until you just wake up one day and you think to yourself, you know what? I'm doing things that most people don't do. You know what I mean? Even for myself, I'm talking for myself here for a second. I'm doing things that most people don't do. So I deserve to be rich. I deserve to live my dream life. Okay? I deserve to have anything I want. I deserve to live life on my standards. I deserve to live life on my terms. You understand what I'm saying? I deserve to, when I want to do something, that's why I do it. If I don't want to do it, I don't do it. If I want to buy something, I buy it. If I don't, I don't. Okay, I deserve to live that lifestyle because listen, I'm doing things that most people don't do. Okay, even with YouTube. Okay, I persisted on YouTube for 3 years, baby. Okay, you understand? But listen, I'm persisting, I'm doing things that most people don't do. Okay, people in my shoes with YouTube would have thrown a towel, gave up 2.5 years ago. Maybe even sooner than that. You understand? You persist to a point where you know what? I deserve to have 1 million followers on YouTube. I deserve to be a multimillionaire because I'm doing things. I'm hanging in there. I'm really crawling through the fire until it finally just works. That's why I deserve to live my dream life. That's why I deserve to make the money I make. Okay? Nobody else deserves it but me. You understand? And listen, guys, you got to adapt that same mentality. You got to do this stuff over and over and over. You got to persist in the game until you finally get it, until you finally to yourself say, I deserve this. I deserve to live in my dream house. I deserve to have my dream car. I deserve to make any amount of money that I wish to make. I deserve to be in the best relationships. I deserve to live in the best environments. I deserve it. I deserve it because abundance is mine. Abundance is infinite. I deserve it because, again, I'm doing things that most people don't do. Most people don't persist. Most people don't consist. You know what I mean? Even though they know they should, but they don't do it. And that's the separation, my friends. Okay, listen, like there's a great book called, I think it's called The Razor Edge. Okay. And The Razor Edge, the whole book is about the whole premise, and I'm going to ruin it for you. But the whole premise is success, the separation between success and failure, the separation between the rich and the middle class is as fine as a razor edge. If you took a razor and you cut a piece of paper apart, okay, that's the fine line that's separating success and failure, that's separating the rich and the middle class, the rich and the poor. Okay, success principles, manifesting principles is as fine as a razor's edge. Why is it? Because listen, guys, it's not that difficult. We're standing in our own way. We're making it difficult. That's what you have to understand. We're making it difficult. Okay. If I just had to define success here, okay, on the spot in this video and not re-editing and stuff like that, this is the one take wonder, baby. Okay, is when it's as fine as a razor edge, it's literally this simple. Okay, like a baby, like you think back when you're like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, where you wanted something. Listen, you set an intention, you wanted it, you played in your imagination that you already had what you want. And what did you do? You persisted in that assumption, but the second thing you did was you went on with life. You went on to enjoy life. As a kid, you just went on and played all day long, and you totally forgot about what you want over here because you knew it was coming to you. You understand? That's how simple things are, but when we're talking about persistence here, we got to persist in it. That's what even like Neville Goddard means, that persist in the assumption. And the assumption will always turn into a fact. You will always get what you want if you persist, if you just don't give up. Okay. But listen, what persistence is doing is persistence is molding you into the person you have to become to have that desire. Okay. That's what persistence is doing. Listen to it this way, like, depending upon how old you are, would you have rather make millions of dollars you being 20 years old, or would you rather make millions of dollars when you're 40? I mean, maybe depending upon your money management skills and stuff like that. I mean, some of us think back, say, hey, if I would have made $1 million, a millionaire way back then when I was early 20s, maybe I would have spent it. I would have done dumb shit. Okay. Now later in life, now, when I'm a millionaire, it's totally different for me because I know that I can manage it. I can manage the money. I know I'm not going to do dumb shit with it. I know I'm going to invest and reinvest. I'm still going to live my life. I'm still going to have fun, Okay, that's what life is all about, is exploring life. But I'm not gonna be done with it. You understand? And a lot of us will be like that. Well, I'd rather have it a little bit later in life because I know I can manage it well. I know I can do more with it. Okay, I'll be more responsible with it. Okay, and I'm not talking about scarcity. I'm just talking about responsibility. Okay. See, that's persistence. Is persistence is molding you into the person you have to become to have your desire. Listen to this. Like it's so funny. We came back up here in Surin, and we've only been up to Surin for like a few days now. Okay, we're waiting for our motorbike to be shipped back up here to Surin, and we're gonna be going down to Jomtien probably in a few weeks here. Okay, but it's so funny. We're waiting for the motorbike, and I've been posting like crazy since I've been back, and I've been getting, for whatever reason, especially on the YouTube Shorts, I've been getting some negative comments, like basically like manifesting don't work, manifesting a hogwash. Well, Chad, if you were so good at manifesting, you could manifest views on this channel. You know what I mean? Like people think manifestation is instant. Okay. And manifestation can be instant. But what you have to understand is the old you, your old identity, is controlling the show. Okay. And the whole power of persistence is it's taking you through where your old habits don't dominate you anymore. It's slowly molding you into that most successful version of you. Do you understand? Like manifesting is working. You understand? Your life is improving. Okay, things are coming to you no matter if you think you manifested it or not. Okay. But with bigger things, everything is working. You are moving forward in life if you persist. Okay. You have to tell yourself it is working, because dealing with YouTube, dealing with success, again, what like look at it this way. What is life trying to teach you? And I know I'm all over here, but what is life trying to teach you? Okay, when you persist in something, okay, you persist in something that could change your life overnight. You persist in something that literally can turn you into a millionaire overnight, okay, or make several hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay. When you persist in that, what is life trying to teach you? Do you understand? Because maybe, let me go this way. Maybe, like in the beginning of the video, I said, maybe your bad habits is you don't persist. You always give up. You always throw in the towel. You always give up when the going gets tough. So listen to what I'm saying. If you always give up when the going gets tough, don't you think that life is going to test you? Don't you think when you do this work and success and manifesting that life is going to test you? Don't you think when you set an intention for your dream house and now you have to become that most successful version of you, don't you think life is going to test you? Because listen, your subconscious mind knows you. The universe, God knows you better than you know yourself. And listen, the reason why I say your subconscious mind, what does your subconscious mind know about you? It knows your habits. It knows your patterns. It knows your habits more than you know your own habits. So you can't fool your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind knows that you only hang in there for a little bit and you stop. Your subconscious mind knows that you give up all the time. That's your pattern. Okay. That's why persistence is so important, because it's teaching you a life lesson. It's teaching you not to give in. It's teaching you when the going gets tough, you drew the line in the sand and you still don't move. You might get knocked down from time to time. You might get knocked out from time to time, but you still get up and you still step up to the line. You still persist. And that's what I'm realizing even more and more and more when we go down the rabbit hole of persistence. It's teaching you, it's molding you into the person you have to become for you to have the desire, your attention of your life. And listen, guys, when I'm talking about intentions, when I'm talking about manifesting, I'm talking about we're manifesting big things. You're manifesting stuff that's going to change your life. Okay, you're not manifesting a cup of coffee. You're not manifesting your SP. You're not trying to get them back. You're manifesting stuff that's going to change your life, and it's going to change your family's life. you're manifesting big shit. Okay. That's why you have to persist. Again, lots of times, with self awareness, lots of times we don't know why things are kind of slow. All we know is we're becoming a better version of us. And one of the things I kind of woke up to, flipping back to the beginning of the video, I'll read the quote one more time. Persistence isn't for convincing the universe. It's not for convincing the universe, convincing other people, fooling other people, manipulating other people. Okay? Persistence is for convincing you. It's only for convincing you that abundance is yours. It's only for convincing you that you can have your dream life. It's only for convincing you that you can have your dream car, you can have your dream house. It's only for convincing you that you can be successful. It's only for convincing you that you can be a multimillionaire. And until you finally are convinced, it's not going to come to you yet. You have to be convinced. You have to be convinced that you deserve it, because you do deserve it, because abundance is yours. Okay? The same power I have is the same power you have. The same power the ultra successful have is the same power that I have and you have. It's the same power. You understand? Okay? Now, even listen to this before I let you go here. I forget. Oh, I forget another book. I don't have it. I have it at home in the United States in my office, but it's a mental toughness book. The Secrets of the Mental Tough, something like that. But the book's like that thick, and it's just literally stories and stories of the ultra successful, and around every arena. You got Olympic athletes to business success to influencers. It's all around. It's not just you're in business, okay? And one of the things that stuck out, and the stories of people are only like 2 or 3 pages. I mean, there's a lot of stories in there. When it's that thick, and each person is only 2 or 3 pages, I mean, there's a lot of stories in there. And when I read that book, what really stuck out to me is, one, we're talking about persistence, but what really stuck out to me is everybody that was ultra successful, no matter if they're an Olympic athlete, no matter if they're in a business, no matter if they owned a brand, owned a company, started a product, no matter what it was, all of them had a similar story. It was unique to themselves, but all of them had a similar story, that they all were faced to their fear barrier. They all were faced with that immense feeling of giving up, that immense feeling of throwing in a towel, the immense feeling of, dude, I've invested my life's soul into this. I've invested all my income into this. I've invested 3 years into this. I invested 3 years into YouTube, and my videos still get 100 views. What gives? Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to throw in a towel. I've invested everything in this. They all were faced with that type of scenario of giving up, that immense feeling of giving up. And most of them said, for some reason, the only thing that kept them going is because it kept them persisting, is because they really didn't know what else to do. You don't understand? They really had nothing else to do. The only thing they could do is persist and keep on moving forward. But after that, after just learning that and persisting during those hard times, and it's molding them, it's making them mental tough. Okay, they finally realized that. They finally woke up one day and said, I deserve this. I deserve to be successful. I deserve to have what I want to have in life. Boom. And it flips. It literally flips like it's dark in here and I turn on the light. That's how it flips. That's how fast it flips. But listen, they all went through this gunk phase. They all went through this severe fear barrier that really made them, like literally to their core, they wanted to quit and throw in a towel. To their core, that's what they wanted to do, but they didn't. They persisted in it. Okay, my friends? Okay, tribe? And this video kind of went all over, but hey, we stayed with persistence, but I'm going to end it with this. I'm going to say the quote one more time, so I really want to get you to think, guys. Listen, persistence isn't for convincing the universe. It's not for convincing other people. It's not for manipulating other people. It's not for anybody else. But persistence is for convincing you. Convincing you that you deserve whatever life you want to live, you deserve to live that life. Whatever you want, you deserve to have it. That's what persistence is doing. Okay? So when you think things are not working, okay, as long as you persist in it, it is working. You understand? It just depends upon, it really just depends upon the length of time it takes for you to finally realize it. Okay? Now, some people can do this work and they finally realize it in a month. Then things start flipping for them. Some people, they're doing things for 2 or 3 years until they finally realize. Until they finally realize it. Until they finally really realize that they can have what they want. And once you kind of realize it, it's kind of weird because I can have what I want. I deserve it. But at the same time, when you really get to that point, you also let it go. You're not attached to it anymore. Okay? You know you deserve it because you put in the work. And when you truly just know you can have what you want, you truly just know you deserve it, you tend to just let it go. Okay, tribe? But anyway, I'm actually still thinking, is this only for the tribe or do I want to share it with everybody? Okay. Let me think about that. Maybe. No, I got them in a little nook area going on here. But anyway, let's end it with a quote. I keep on saying that, but I'm for real this time. Persistence isn't for convincing the universe. Persistence is for convincing you, tribe. Okay. So other than that, remember, I love you guys. Comment below. We'll shake this up in the comments. But remember, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.